The cost of living breakdown in Birmingham, Alabama. If you're thinking about moving to Birmingham, one of the first questions people ask is, what does it actually cost to live here? The good news is Birmingham is still one of the more affordable cities in the country, but the real cost of living can vary quite a bit depending on where you live and what your lifestyle looks like. Today I'm breaking down the real numbers for 2026. Housing, property taxes, groceries, utilities, insurance, and even the difference between public and private schools. Let's start with the big picture. Overall, Birmingham's cost of living is about 9 to 10% lower than the national average, which is one of the reasons so many relocation buyers are discovering the city. Housing is the biggest reason for that affordability. Homes here cost about 24% less than the national average, which is a huge advantage compared to cities like Atlanta, Nashville, or Charlotte. But let's break down what everyday life actually looks like and costs. Housing. Housing will usually be the largest expense for anyone moving here. Across Birmingham, prices vary widely depending on the neighborhood. Typical ranges you'll see in 2026, $350 to $500K, many suburban areas and starter homes. $500 to $800, popular relocation ranges in places like Vestavia, Homewood, and Hoover. The $900,000 range, Mountain Brook, and luxury neighborhoods. For rentals, average apartments rent around $1,100 per month. Compared to many U.S. cities, housing is still significantly more affordable here. Property taxes. One of the biggest financial advantages of living in Alabama is our property taxes. Alabama has one of the lowest property tax rates in the entire United States, with an effective average rate around 0.42%. To put that in perspective, a $600,000 home in many Birmingham suburbs might have property taxes around $2,500 to $4,000 per year, depending on the city and the school district. That's dramatically lower than many parts of the country. For relocation buyers coming from places like Illinois, Texas, or New Jersey, this is often a huge surprise. Groceries. Grocery prices in Birmingham are very close to the national average, sometimes slightly lower depending on where you shop. Typical grocery budgets, single adult, $250 to $350 per month. For a family of 4, around $800 to $900 per month. Popular grocery stores here include Publix, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, the Piggly Wiggly, local farmers markets. Dining out is also relatively affordable compared to larger metro areas. Lunch usually runs from $10 to $14, and dinner entrees often range from $15 to $30. Utilities. Utilities can vary depending on the size of your home and how hot the summer is. Typical monthly utilities for a house in Birmingham run around $225 to $300 per month for electricity, water, trash, and internet connection. One thing people move here notice quickly is the summer electricity bill. Birmingham summers are hot and humid, so air conditioning runs constantly. However, the mild winters help balance that out just a bit. Insurance. Insurance is something relocation buyers often forget to budget for. Typical estimates in Birmingham: homeowners insurance, $2,000 to $3,500 per year depending on home size and location. Automobile insurance, often $120 to $200 per month per vehicle. Because Birmingham is a driving city, most households have 2 cars, so that's something to factor into your budget. Public versus private schools. This is another major factor families consider when moving here. Public schools in suburbs like Mountain Brook, Vestavia Hills, Homewood, and Hoover are highly rated and a major reason families move to these communities. But Birmingham also has a strong network of private schools. Typical private school tuition for elementary schools is about $12,000 to $18,000 per year. High school ranges from $18,000 to $25,000 per year. Many relocation families compare the cost of private schools versus living in a suburb with top public schools. Transportation. Birmingham is a car-dependent city, so transportation costs are part of household budgets. Gas prices are typically 10 to 15 cents below the national average, which helps offset commuting costs. Most families budget roughly $100 to $150 per month for gas, plus maintenance and insurance. For a family relocating to Birmingham, a typical monthly cost breakdown might look like this. Mortgage, $2,800, utilities, $250, groceries, about $850, insurance, $400, and gas and transportation, roughly $200. Total monthly living expenses, roughly $4,500 to $5,000, depending on your lifestyle. The big takeaway is this: Birmingham offers a very strong quality of life for the cost, especially compared to many cities across the country. But where you choose to live and whether you choose public or private schools can make a big difference in your overall budget. If you're planning a move to Birmingham and trying to figure out which neighborhood fits your lifestyle and your budget, feel free to reach out. And if you're interested in more videos about living, moving, and buying real estate in Birmingham, be sure to subscribe below.